We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristin knows blank.
Welcome back to the Kristin Knows Blank podcast. I had a week off to do, stuff that I do. And I'm back. And so we've got another fun episode today. My guest is an old friend of mine from my last comic standing days. And we're going to talk, you know what? We're going to get to that. Before we do, hey, thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. Please take a second to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast. However you're listening, however you're watching, there's going to be a button somewhere that says like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast. Just push that button and see what happens. You could bring back the dinosaurs. Hello, I'm Kristin Key. I am the host of this crazy mess. Please find me online through my website, kristinkey.com. If you go there, you can look at my calendar, see when I'm going to be doing stand-up in a city near you. You can follow me on all my social media. You can join my Patreon. It supports this and all my shows. There's a monthly game night, bonus content, totally worth it. And I'm on Cameo. So if you want to give a unique gift, I write songs for everybody who gets a cameo from me. So find me on Cameo. Now, my guest today, I know from our time together on Last Comic Standing. We just bumped into each other on the Social Distancing Social Club not that long ago. He's very funny. You might remember him from Extreme Dodgeball. He's a comedian. He's a host. He's an actor. Hey, computer lady, play that interview with Bil Dwyer.
Playing interview with Bil Dwyer.
So what did I miss in the last, 16 years? What have you been doing? Catch me up.
Wait, are we starting? Have we started the show?
We have officially started.
Okay.
I mean, is that too much? Should we start in smaller increments?
Yeah,
and
that's
just go?
way too much.
Oh,
That's
okay.
way
How
too
was your
much.
day? We'll go from
Even
there.
that. I got divorced in 3 days before the pandemic started.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, hey, I think something's about to happen. We better get divorced. We were separated for a couple of
You
years.
should stock up on toilet paper and you're served. Like, that's a lot at once.
We went through a couple of, there was a first separation and then we got back together and then there was a second separation. And then it just kind of, I think the best time we were having was when we were living apart from one another and trying to make it work. That's
Distance.
Yeah. If you can do that, yeah, that works.
Some people go separate bedrooms. You're saying just separate cities? It was the key
Separate,
to your...
you go separate cities. We were in the same city occasionally. I moved around a bit. The first place I went to was a giant mansion in Pasadena, Altadena. The proprietor told me that it was the highest property in the city of Pasadena. Spectacular. It had an elevator in it.
What?
Yeah, and I rented a room in this place. And,
Okay.
I soon found out that the guy who owned it was a guy named Paul Little. And I remember when I asked him what he did, I remember saying, "Hey, Paul, how do I know you own this house?" And he was like, good question. And he showed me the lease. And then I said, "And what do you do?" He goes, I fix things. Anybody who says they fix things is shifty. I move money around, they're shifty. Anybody who says that is shifty. So I found out his name was Paul Little, and he was actually a pornographer, Max Hardcore.
Okay.
And I thought Max Hardcore was like the name of the maximum hardcore. No.
like a subgenre?
He was Max Hardcore. He was first name Max, last name Hardcore. And if you ask anybody who's an aficionado, they'll probably say, "Oh yeah, Max Hardcore." It was so bad. His pornography was so bad. He was in jail for shipping his stuff across state lines. I found all this out about a week in.
Am I going to see you on Pornhub? I mean, if I went on Pornhub, would I see?
No, but you could
Bil
see
Dwyer
my house.
room?
The house I lived in was used in many pornos.
I'm sure.
Not when I was there, but it did become, I was there for 2 months and it did feel like somebody was going to get murdered there right toward the end.
What
But
kind of porn do you have to make where you can't like?
oh, I mean, there's stuff coming out of everywhere. You can just say that. You can say that, you know? It's that gross. It's that gross.
This is why I love talking to comedians. This is why I started doing this podcast in the first place. When the pandemic hit, I got lonely, and not just like I have my wife, sorry, but I missed being around comics. So I had my wife through the pandemic, unlike Bill here. No, so, but I miss being around other comedians because usually when we work together, we don't end up talking about comedy or work. We end up talking about our bizarre mini lives or the strange things that we're into. And so that would have been a green room conversation that I had with you, and that's why I kind of started this podcast. Which brings me to out of your house of porn, straight into why Jurassic Park. When I ask you what's your thing, what are you into? It's what do you know a lot about, or is it guilty pleasure? You named Jurassic Park, and you could have said houses where porn is made. Now I know that about you, but
so why Jurassic Park? It feels like every time I do a podcast that we talk about pop culture, I always end up going back to Jurassic Park.
It's a great film. On your list of things that you knew a lot about or liked, it was the thing that popped out to me. The first, we haven't had a Jurassic Park on this show, and it's something I love very, very much. So I was excited about it.
But it's ridiculous. The movie itself, it's ridiculous. It's glorious.
How so, Bill?
Well, not just the dinosaur thing, but there's dialogue and there's plot points that you just go, oh, come on, I get it. You got to move the movie along, but sometimes, oh, poor Laura Dern in that movie. Just, she's such an incredibly good actress, but in that movie, it's all she does is just smile at Sam Neill and just, she's terrible. She has 2 moments that are decent, but just poor thing.
When she said, I watched that movie the first time in theater, I think I was 12 or 13, and I was sitting next to my brother's girlfriend. When she got Jurassic Park back online, and then a raptor came through the console, I broke the movie theater seat.
Really?
So hard. I was holding my brother's girlfriend's hand, and I broke the movie theater seat, and actually had to change seats.
That's a great scene. I mean, it just
didn't see it coming at all.
I know, so many great moments like that. Yeah.
I like there's a meme going around that just shows like Alan and Ellie and the kids, and it says, this is how every gay person is dressing present day. It's basically the cast of Jurassic Park. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, we would look great in that. Yeah, every lesbian I know has those shorts and those bandanas. But yeah, go plot points. What happens? What's
Well, I mean, what happens in the movie, but
sure.
as it moves further and further along, and it's such a good movie that at one point I was watching it, and I remember going, we are exactly halfway through the movie, because it just exploded after that, because it just, it all just built up, and then bam, that last hour and 3 minutes is just ape, it's just crazy.
Great. It's great. I think it's from basically when the cup starts to jiggle. Isn't that about when things really get hairy?
Oh yeah, just about that. Yeah, the rain. There's a storm coming in. Yeah, right, and it's right, just that. When they send him off, when John Hammond sends everybody off, and then they're getting out of the. I just love it so. They get out of the car. They get out of these cars, and the guy. The security guy goes, I told you we should have installed locking mechanisms.
You mean that was Samuel Jackson, wasn't it?
No.
That was the clever girl, the Australian guy. Yeah.
The guy who got killed by the raptor at the end. I told you. As they drive by the spitting dinosaurs, it says they have a little sign, roll windows up. Poisonous dinosaurs. Well, I don't know. I think I might roll it down. I don't know. What's going to happen? Poison. Well, let's see, huh? The minute you tell the public not to do something, they're going to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of it is as ridiculous as the hamster wheels they had in the new Jurassic World. You've seen those, right?
Yes.
The hamster wheel that you get to try.
Oh, and then the dinosaurs playing with it like a dog plays with a hamster ball.
I would think they would do that. Yes, they might. Yeah, and then also in that movie, there's like somebody on a megaphone or on the radio says, "Time to bring your hamster ball back in," and the two nephews. Also, who gives a shit about nephews, right? Like, right? I have nephews. I like them. But it's not your kids.
The stakes aren't high enough when it's nephews.
Right. But you don't want to burden Bryce Dallas Howard with kids. That gorgeous redhead. You want to burden her. These two kids, nephews. And then the only person who dies in that movie is her assistant, who mistakenly let the kids run off. Like that was her sin. That was the only person who got killed in Jurassic World. But we're not talking about that.
Wow.
We're talking about Jurassic Park.
That movie, my favorite part of that whole movie was the guy at Jimmy Buffett's having a margarita during the dinosaur stampede.
In Jurassic World?
In Jurassic World, it's the big, when the dinosaurs finally get to Tourist Island and they're just running, everybody's going just bananas. There's one guy at Jimmy Buffett's holding a daiquiri just in the background. I want to know who cast him, who he is, how many times he drops that in a party. You guys, you see me drinking a margarita during Jurassic World? If I can get a gig like that my whole life, I'll be made.
That guy is so thrilled that somebody noticed him as an extra in that movie.
I saw you, man. I saw you.
I hope that guy watches this podcast so he knows that. I was an extra in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Maybe I should have talked about that because I love that movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it since you'll come back on. I'll repeat guess because I'm running out of comics that I like.
Okay.
I'm not having on some dipshit. I want to have people that I enjoy.
I love that movie. Oh, so much. But Jurassic Park is so inane. It's but what makes it great, I think, is Spielberg. I mean, it's Spielberg at like really kind of the top of his game.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody about this, like the kids in that. Like, I don't think the little boy's that good, though he is pretty good. But the little girl is fantastic.
She's shaking the Jello and she's shaking. I mean,
yeah, she is. And then when she's in shock and she's going, "You left us. You left us. You left us." I mean, look at that. I reenacted it so well. My dog got up. Like he got nervous.
Like, are you kidding?
Goon got nervous.
That's good acting. We gotta take the little girl from Jurassic Park School of Acting. Just jiggle Jello and you left us.
Also, the great thing about the Jello shaking is that it's a theme throughout the movie. Anytime there's a vibration, it's terrible. That is
true.
I've foreboding.
Never connected.
I mean, there's the glasses,
the water, yeah.
Classic, and then the footprint full of water before. Right. Yeah.
The Nedry. Every time Nedry shook, bad things are happening.
Nedry. Yeah. Oh God damn it! How good is that guy in that movie?
So he's good in everything, though. He was one of my favorite parts of Seinfeld, but he's in that movie particularly. He is so hateable. I was so happy when he died. I never thought I'd be that happy when someone died so grisly. You know, it's like, oh, that dinosaur's gonna be so full for so long.
Also, that movie is rugged. That movie is ruggedly violent. Yeah. There is just the beginning. It is. You know, when they lower the goat into the velociraptor thing and then they bring it up and the harness and the strap is broken, you would just think they'd go, all right, we got to rethink the harness thing because this isn't working.
Oh, man. There are dismembered arms in this movie.
Dismembered arms. The T-Rex picking up the lawyer. You know,
right off, just like that's how Elvis died.
By the torso, right?
T-Rex on a toilet.
I don't know if I can talk about this for for as long as we want to. But I guess maybe, I don't know how long we've been going. But that was another point. Why is there a tiny bathroom by the Tyrannosaurus Rex enclosure? I mean, is it because you didn't install locking mechanisms in the car? Who's getting out there?
It's time for
5 quick questions. This is a show in 3 parts, the podcast in 3 parts. And so part 2 is we got to play a little bit of trivia. And since you're a Jurassic Park fan, I have some dinosaur themed trivia. It's 5 quick questions. And
it's dinosaur themed. It's not Jurassic Park themed.
No, it's not. And I like to keep these as almost unwinnable as I can because it makes it more fun for me. The largest fossilized dinosaur turd is 17 inches by 6 and weighs 20.47 pounds according to Pooseum.com. So I'm going to ask you.
So it's legit.
This is legit.
It's Pooseum.
And all you got to tell me, are these items about the list, do they weigh more or less than the largest dinosaur turd?
Okay.
So what we're going with is a 20.47 pounds, a ceiling fan. An average ceiling fan, does it weigh more or less than the world's largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poop?
Less.
That is incorrect. It weighs more at 30 pounds. We're off to a terrible start for you. Great start for me.
30 pounds. Wow.
Average ceiling fan, 30 pounds.
God damn. I mean, that's definitely, look, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. That's an average ceiling fan, I'm sure. Sure.
All
no
right,
one's ever walked in here and gone, say, that ceiling fan is certainly stellar.
All right, question number 2. Does this weigh more or less than the world's largest piece of T-Rex poop at 20.47 pounds? A sack of potatoes.
Less.
That is correct. A sack of potatoes weighs 10 pounds. Okay.
I was going to say about 8 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I guess depends on where you get. Are they russet, Idaho? Yukon Gold. I don't know.
I'm sure you could buy a 30-pound sack of potatoes somewhere, but normally
Ireland, I would assume.
Idaho, Ireland.
They're racist.
Yeah.
Is that a little potato racist? There went all my Irish fans. Okay, number 3. A 30-pack of beer. Does that weigh more or less than the world's largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poop?
Well, each beer is 12 ounces. So that is 3/4. That is 3/4 of a pound. So 30 times 3/4 is about 24 pounds. 30 times 3/4, 7.5, 21. So and how much did the dinosaur poop weigh? 20?
20.47 pounds. Yeah, 20 pounds.
So it weighs more.
That is correct, and I love it. It's like a beautiful mind over there. That's incredible. You were actually right on with the math. A 30-pack of beer weighs about 25 pounds. Well done, sir.
That one was easy. That was easy.
The most impressive reasoning that's ever happened on this show. Usually it's absolute blind stabs in the dark, and then blame. Usually followed by blame.
Oh,
that
yeah. Because we're comics. Of course, the blame.
It was the audience. It was the question.
Did you see the lighting? What the fuck, man? God damn this curtain. Anything.
Number four. An adult Maltese dog. More or less than world's largest piece of fossilized dinosaur.
Maltese, I think a Maltese weighs about 15 pounds, is a decent sized one, so less.
Okay. And the average is like between 6 and 10. So yeah, you're a chunky, like a Midwest Maltese, right there around 15. That. Okay, number five. And so far you've gotten, let's 3 and 1. Yeah, 3 right, 1 wrong. Number 5. Does a 2-year-old toddler weigh more or less than the world's largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poop?
My granddaughter definitely weighs more than, and she's just over 2 years old. But the average toddler, a 2-year-old weighs slightly more than your dinosaur dung.
Bill, you are correct. The average 2-year-old toddler weighs about 25 pounds. Yeah.
I used to have a little a little thing that had dinosaur dung in it, a little plastic bag
You
that I got from a friend, his sister's stupid store in Salt Lake City.
Are you kidding me? You've actually owned dinosaur poop?
Yeah.
That makes you a more interesting guest on this podcast. That not only did you know your shit when it came to dinosaur shit, you've actually owned some dinosaur shit.
I had a piece, yeah. And that got moved to a few different houses. I don't know where it is now.
And now it's time for Rad Libs. Bil Dwyer, I wrote a Rad Lib specifically for you. I wrote a story and I left out some parts of speech. If you give me those parts of speech together, we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play Rad Libs?
Yes, and I know most parts of speech too. Not like everybody, nouns, verbs. I know gerunds. I can tell you what a gerund is.
I gotta write more gerunds into my story. What is a gerund?
People are gonna freak out. A gerund is when you use a form of a verb as a noun, as if like running is great exercise. Running is the subject.
Wow. I'm gonna name a kid Gerund someday, or a dog.
Oh my God, what a name that would be. Oh yeah, for a dog. Or for a kid, it'd be hilarious.
Running makes Gerund tired. Okay, for this story, I need a sound.
Well, I would say a siren.
Siren.
Like a siren? Can you do
yeah,
that?
Yeah, I can definitely.
Is that a sound?
That is a sound for sure. I need a verb ending in ing.
Jousting.
Yes. Wow.
That's a gerund. Well, it depends on how it's used.
It could be. Not in this instance. This is going to be a verb ending in ing. I need an adjective.
Simplistic.
Body parts, plural.
Knees.
Yes. An actor.
Rip torn.
Rip torn.
Yeah, he yelled at me once.
What did you do?
It was when we were shooting the final season of Extreme Dodgeball. We didn't know it was a final season, but we kind of knew, you know. And I had an IFB in, and so we're doing our thing, and the director says to me, because Rip doesn't have an IFB in, and he goes, "Hey, could you tell Rip to speak up a little bit?" and I lean over and I go, "Hey, can you speak up a little bit?" And he just, "Don't tell me how to act. Jeffrey Tambor used to do that on the Larry Sanders Show, and I wouldn't listen to him, and I won't listen to you." And I'm no, like my voice goes up. No, I told him, they told me I got the thing in my ear, they told me. Yeah, he was a terror.
Why did that show end?
Okay. Extreme Dodgeball, it was time. It was time.
I need another famous person.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
Who?
He's a famous painter from France.
I need a verb.
Vacuum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That fits really well there. That's good. This is gonna be great. This is getting better by the minute. An adjective.
Another one?
It's a story. It's got lots of parts of speech in it.
Odorist.
You know your words. A number.
Well, I gotta go with 8. I like 8.
Type of dinosaur.
Gallimimus.
A derogatory name.
A derogatory name. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you can go. Well, let's go with dick ears. Let's go easy and let's go with dick ears.
Let's. Why not? An adverb?
I would say joyously.
Body part?
How about weenus?
Yes.
Not penis. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can show you my weenus.
There was no need to call this weenus either. God's sakes.
An adjective?
Coconutty.
A verb?
Drive.
And a question?
Which of the Three Stooges would you marry?
Body part?
Ankle.
Yeah, ankles. Website?
Oh, website? Southwest.com.
Yes.
This is going to be something.
A phrase that you exclaim.
That's a kicker. You would exclaim that.
Well, that's a kicker. We've got a story. We've
All
got
right.
A fabulous story. Jurassic Park, the musical.
Ooh. Oh.
This is gonna be
why not?
Are you ready for an all-singing, all-dancing musical with realistic-looking dinosaurs that siren loudly? Welcome to Jurassic Park the Musical. We open on two archaeologists who are jousting in the dirt, singing about how simplistic it is to discover dinosaur knees.
Right. That's right. It is simplistic.
Dr. Alan Grant, played by Rip Torn, is joined by singing sensation Toulouse-Lautrec, who plays Ellie Sattler.
Maybe we did need alive people, huh? Why did I pick two dead people? I blame you for that.
Is
I blame you.
Is that an impressionist painting? Singing in this dinosaur play? Together they will sing and vacuum their way into your hearts as they embark on an odorous adventure to Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park the musical is 8 hours of songs like Gallimimus, 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 and that Dick Ears Nedry. And the audience favorite, I'm Standing Joyously Still for T-Rex.
Ooh, which really fit. Boy, that fits. I mean,
I feel like I have to write this musical now. Your weenus will melt for the coconutty ballad. I drive with the dinosaurs, so which one of the Three Stooges will you marry? I can't wait to hear that ballad. Jesus Christ. Get tickets today to the musical that Rolling Stone magazine gave 2 ankles up and left Southwest.com saying, that's a kicker. Welcome to Jurassic Park, the musical.
oh, fantastic. Just fantastic.
Well done, my
Man,
friend.
I mean, really, that's, you put effort into that. I appreciate it. Oh, it's great. It's really.
All right, tell the viewers and the listeners what you've got coming up and where they can find you.
Well, like you, I have a dry bar comedy special, which just came out. So that's on drybarcomedy.com. And if you use the promo code Bil Dwyer free, you can get the first month for free if you like. And you can watch it.
Yeah.
Remember, I spelled Bill with 1 L, Bil Dwyer free. Yeah.
2 E's.
Yeah. 2 E's and free. And I don't know, it's just me. What else? That's all. That's my big thing right now.
Guys, find and follow Bil Dwyer, 1L.
Interview complete. Training dinosaurs to attack Bil Dwyer every time he uses a public toilet.
Just like Elvis. Thank you, Bil Dwyer, for coming on the show. And thank you guys for listening or watching. Please do take a second to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast if you haven't done so already. Leave a review, leave a comment, and then say hello to me through my website, kristinkey.com. Follow me on all my social media. Look at my my calendar to see when I'm going to be doing stand-up in a city near you. Each week, I'll be bringing on a new hilarious comedian. We're going to chit-chat. We're going to play 5 quick questions. We'll do a rad lib, and everybody goes home superstars. Until next time. Bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Kristin knows plenty.